Look at this. They attack you, and then they poop their pants. It's like, what the fuck? What is going on, guys? Riot here playing Ark Survival Evolved, checking out yet another brand new spanking monster mod. It's like ridiculous. There's been like 3 unleashed in the past week and a half, not to mention Conan with that whole shitstorm of monsters. It's just such an exciting time to be alive. I could not be more excited. Now these ones right here. Here's the first one, a Mocker, I believe. Now this one is actually maybe the poor. This one I started out first because he's not very well pixelated. He's actually just. He is pretty cool as far as his mouth and chain goes, but his hands and everything aren't quite that fancy. But the other ones are. The other ones are fancy as shit, but this one's still pretty cool, in fact. Now these guys, these 3, I have no idea where the hell, which game they're ported in from. I know, I just can tell they're from MOBAs, like a MOBA game, just because I used to play a lot of Dota 2 in my life, and these guys all generally look like just characters in a MOBA. That's just, it's definitely what they look like. So this guy, his only move so far is just this big giant bear clamp with these big monster claws, which is pretty sexy, I suppose. Not sure if he's gonna have more moves down the line. Only at level 15 has 1200 health. So he is kinda cool. He's a pretty formidable foe, but he's not quite as fancy as the other 2. And I'm not entirely sure. I think there are gonna be many more monsters added to this mod, like many more ported in. I'm not actually sure if they're gonna have more attacks, because I think they all just generally have a left click right now. They don't have a C or a right click, which is usually where, like, those crazy powers come in. The next one we have up is Alzhemus. By the way, for anybody who actually is a legit fan of the game that these creatures are from, I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing your names or that I don't know where they're from. There's so many goddamn MOBAs out there, it's like impossible. It's like expecting someone to know every character from every first-person shooter campaign. After Call of Duty, after like COD 4, that was just a dream. After Soap and all that, you know, it's just not gonna happen. So this guy's actually maybe my favorite to this mod. Just examining him as the first person who's ever even seen this model of a creature before, I do like that hole in his chest. It proves that he's got some sort of this fool, I feel like, would kick your ass if he tried knocking down any of those trees in Avatar. Where were you, buddy? You look so in touch with Mother Earth. Look how giant he is also. He really is a clean-cut giant. Like, I love this guy. Look at him. You could just see him just patrolling the woods at night, just killing the shit out of anyone starting forest fires, although that might just be my imagination. I'm a big fan of how we just ride on his shoulder, because it's kind of silly to just ride on everyone's head. We're not a goddamn toddler at Disneyland. Sometimes it's better to just be a little shoulder buddy. This just reminds me of the hobbits riding on the tree ants in Lord of the Rings. It is kind of funny, though, how that shoulder spike is going directly up our rectum. Although that might be personal preference. I don't know what our guy's into. He might like anal abuse. What's going on with you, buddy? Still level 12, only 2600 health. I believe they all, yeah, this guy as well only has the left, his initial attack brought in. Pretty sexy fist swing, though. Look at that. He just looks like he has one hand that's kind of clubbed shut, poor guy. But he makes use of his handicapped and hits people with it. You gotta appreciate someone overcoming handicaps. I just mentioned that in another video, too. And on to the third creature. By the way, make sure to smack that like button, guys. The reason I've been doing so many monster videos is because you guys like it so much, and it's just fun it's something we can bond over. If you guys liked Halo more than anything else, we could bond more than anything. But this is our middle ground, monsters and survival games. Alright, now Astra over here, this gorgeous creature kind of nailed the last hammer in the coffin needed to decide it was from a MOBA. Like, this is, actually, those 2 are ridiculous. Like, was it Ursa? That's what this son of a bitch reminds me of, Ursa from Dota. Dota 2, I haven't played the game in like a year and a half. I have a good, like, year under my belt, maybe like years ago. So that's what you reminded me of. These all look like creatures from Dota, which makes me think they all look like creatures from League of Legends. There's so many creatures that look identical with slight different changes in each of the games. I don't know. Personally, I always just played like Death Spirit. Is that her name? Death Spirit? I haven't played in so long. Or Slark. Slark was my boy, dude. All about those assassinations. So what's going on with you, Austria? Look at this. This bitch has her own throne and everything. Some kind of holy... I feel like anything I say about this creature is just going to be undermining its actual epicness, because even though 800 health, you bottom of the food chain, the fact that it has its own halo, angelic wings, and little angelic throne. Look at me down there. What the hell? Look at it's peasants. That's actually kind of cool how that works. It looks like that I'm just a peasant playing or praying down below it. See? Until you get off the ground, and then it just looks ridiculous. Dude, this bitch actually flies oh my god, that's so smooth. God, dude, this is the new era of life right here. They poured in an army of Pokemon, now everyone else is like, dude, let's get all of our other favorite gaming characters into this game. And now Ark is just becoming like the Gmod of survival games. It's so amazing. Alright, so these are the 3 beasts added to this mod right here. She's just gonna keep flying that way. I think this guy might be my favorite. I feel like he doesn't take any shits. And like, he's in touch with Mother Nature and trees, which is always very powerful. Plus you just poorly pixelated bastard. You never stood a chance. You literally are the ugly stepchild. We have to feed you, otherwise we'll get arrested. But we don't really like spending our money on feeding you, boy. See, but yet there's still a special place in my heart for him because of Ursa. That's what, and I've never even played as Ursa. I never even liked Ursa. Ursa always just frickin' go ape shit and kill me. But you have a special place in my heart, and that's why you need be here, buddy. Plus those chains are badass. Although utterly irrelevant, I feel like putting chains on your fist would do more damage, but putting chains on your elbows is just to look hardcore. I used to wear a chain wallet, so I looked badass. I know what he's going for. He's just in that stage. Look at this, they attack you, and then they poop their pants. It's like, what the fuck? This turd just belonged to someone else who did it. I spawned in a mod helper so I could get an army in here. Little do I know, they just kind of spasm with their arm for a minute and then shit their pants. I feel kind of bad for what just happened right here. Okay, so unfortunately, I don't know how yet, because the whole mod's brand new. Literally just came out like yesterday, I believe. I don't know how to exactly control which level these guys come in as, and since they're going to be weak as shit, I figure we'll get at least 3 of them in here. Hopefully they have some sort of kinship. I'm not exactly sure how they're coded. They might be buddies. They might just be like, anything that's my species is my pal, and I therefore don't want to fuck with, but I don't think that's going to happen, because it's usually never, whenever I rely on things, they always prove to be unreliable. Alright, so spear guys, those, spear guys are sexy. They get the job done. I gotta start choosing women, so when I say something sexy, it's not weird. Because whenever someone first watches my video, and they don't, or my videos, and they don't kind of know how I just call everything sexy, and then they see me call like a xenomorph sexy, and then I'm just that weirdo who wants to fuck aliens. Alright, boys, get ready. So these things not attack yet. You big fluffy dumbass. Oh my god, it's going down! Well, that was pretty damn brutal right there. The militia's not even in yet. Dude, I love these people. Look at this guy's got a birthday hat on that says ARC. That's amazing. This guy practices witchcraft, but still brings his spear to work. He's like, I'm a witch, but if you want me to use a spear, I'll use a spear. That's a good employee. Hopefully one of these guys attacks. I mean, this mod is freaking awesome, but I, again, haven't experimented with it. I kind of just downloaded it, and now I'm playing with it for the sake of a mod review. But because that's how I roll. But I still love them. Even if none of them attack, I still freaking love them. You can get on top of them and use them to take things down. Besides, these guys, I'm pretty sure, because that one chick, the chick with the angel wings, she's a passive tame. Although I can't imagine how the fuck you get next to her, because she flies, but she's a passive tame. So I'm assuming these guys, you just knock unconscious to tame, and then they are a pretty cool creature to have in your base. So even if they don't attack when things are, plus of course they'll be updated, especially after this video. If the mod dev happens to see it, then they might want to update it a little more. Either way, I think it's damn awesome. I've already dropped like 1,000 compliments on the creatures. I don't need to, I'm pretty sure we're all secure here. I mean, I'm praying for you guys, but I think anyone who would put money on anything knows that it's just gonna end like that. Okay, I'm starting to see a bit of a trend here. I'm starting to realize that these fights may not be as ready to go as I thought they would. There's still some shit that must be tweaked, but there doesn't mean we can't go killing NPCs with the creatures, just means we have to do it a little differently. Alright, I'm demonstrating these creatures' strength one way or another. It's an inevitability. I will have my day in the glory sunshine. Okay, you're going wild? That's right. Shit's gonna be straight up crazy, son. That's 50 females with swords, straight up feminist army right here. It's gonna be nuts. Close this. Whoa, there they are. There's the women. Ew, that one must look so gnarly with a clown mask and red skin. I could always see it. Alright, buddy, prepare to kick some feminist ass! Oh, this is just messed up. This did not mean to turn to a feminist argument. I only spawned the video because I was tired of calling armies of men sexy, and now it's just a feminist war. This tree is fighting for everyone's rights right now. They turned on the freaking mod helper. That's dirty. Or what's going on, women? Look at the size of this guy compared to the average person. Look at this shit. Get out of here! Oh god, they're swarming me! Oh Jesus Christ, they're just off to the whole. What is going on? I forgot I'm no man. I'm a tree. They have no beef with me. What's up with you ladies? Look at this. This is right here. This is Tumblr in a nutshell. What the shit are you women doing? Dude, this guy does not do as much damage as I hoped he would. I was thinking, because, the NPCs, if you do enough damage to them, their bodies break apart into a million little pieces. But this guy's not really doing him enough damage to do that to him. He's just doing enough damage to casually knock them out a little bit. Which I suppose makes sense. It's just a fist. No, I would expect this fist to be swinging with like 1,000 pounds of pressure. One swing sends like people flying back 50 feet. But this right here, what we're seeing is just a little punch. Like, you guys know when I do the Monster Hunter battles and like there's NPCs in there, how like Uragon was able to smash his chin to the ground and send people flying like 1,000 fucking feet. This right here was like, this at least be set at least 100 feet. Okay, see, she flew like 15 feet. Just multiply that a good amount, and then we're getting somewhere. That's what we're talking about. Either way, there's still high hopes for this guy. I'm not giving up, because he's very badass. He's very tall, he's very green. Clearly some mythological shit going. He's actually, in fact, the only character I was able to even locate on Google. He's not, like, he is definitely from a MOBA. I forgot the name of it. There's no point in really remembering the name of it. I could look, or you could just Google his name. It's like, that's pretty much what I did. His name's on the mod page. His name's actually in front of us, as a matter of fact. Come on, buddy, just retaliate. He has the same issue our monsters and like our current monster has in our monster mod that's being unleashed soon. How it's like this big epic beast, but it just doesn't have the coding capable yet to attack other creatures. It's like, it's so funny because it's such a little sprinkle on top to the mod, but it's such an important part. It should be like the shit that you need to implement first. The thing that you did first. Alright, regardless, you did good, buddy. I mean, you did okay. You did terrible, but you're still awesome. You didn't send anyone flying, which is what I was hoping for. All honesty, if you don't send people flying, it's just abuse. It's just you punching a bunch of women in the face, which is never okay. Okay, so when it comes to her, I'm not actually entirely sure how we're gonna do this. What kind of enemies would you... Of course they have to be some sort of super-powered enemies. I just don't want people with a spear going up against you. I understand how your moves might be very effective in a MOBA. Sure, they cast magical powers or whatever. But in here, that little bitch slap that barely exceeds your waist, let alone your giant-ass throne, might not get that much damage done. It might not get you that much respect in the long. I wouldn't think so. Seriously, you're just waiting for an arrow to the face. She just looks like she's some sort of high priestess to like some clan in Avatar. Alright, so we gotta get something that could, you know, something else that might have some sort of mythological powers behind it. Like some sort of firebender. Alright, firebender. Do your worst. He's got female firebenders. Damn. Wait, you bitches aren't firebenders. You just have flamethrowers. Did they change that? No, that's not okay. No, hang on. Maybe it's around here somewhere still. That sucks. There used to be, maybe they're still in there somewhere, but it used to be not just flamethrowers. It'd be straight up NPCs that go out there and shoot fire out of their hands. It's badass as hell. That was the way to do it. Oh, first they turn on the mod helper. Are they even cooking her? What's going on over here? It seems to have turned into some sort of a circle jerk type thing. Bring it, you bitches! What the hell is going on with these? This NPC shit. These mods were never meant to come into contact with each other. These are the most foreign concepts ever. I apologize hugely for this fail of a battle. This is hilarious right here. This was just never meant to be. You know what? Why don't you go right off to the heavens, clearly where your ass belongs. Pretty sure you're supposed to be butt naked lying next to Zeus or something. Did we just phase through the floor? You know what? This is a bit of a redemption right here. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little disappointed with the way that fight just went down. These characters may not be the best things for combat just yet, but if you want awesome creatures in your world, here's a mod with 3 more, possibly more on the way. I kind of just hope that they'll implement more moves down the line too, instead of just importing as many creatures as they possibly can, as quick as they can, because as awesome as this creature is right here, it's hard to get excited over it when all she can do is backhand. Have you ever been backhanded? I mean, it hurts a little, but it's not like, it's not gonna defeat you or anything. It'll hurt your pride. Where the shit, are we in the floor? I'm so confused. But I do love the way this thing just glides perfectly through the air. Not glides, flies. This is definitely not gliding. It's just so liquid. It's very liquid. It's crazy how liquid things poured in, how beautiful they fucking get. I was flying around in my Rayquaza the other day in my survival series. That's right. I tamed a Rayquaza, and it's like the most beautiful, fluid little serpent swimming through the trees. Well, so this shit's been crazy. If you had a good time watching, make sure to smack that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!